all aircraft moving in the air.
When was the last time the United States was attacked in this fashion that was Pearl Harbor?
Thanks.
From the scene now, there's
all right.
obviously massive casualties. Usually during these things, there's
Tom's a big guy,
little bit
takes
of a
care of
high
himself, he's
pitch,
fine.
but basic calm over the police radios.
It's just an act of war.
I can hear them screaming.
I talked to them. I have so many friends who work at that building, you have no idea.
For help, calling for help at the triage center, where other people who were already injured have been injured more, confirming that the building has collapsed. Dozens
I have a lot of friends who work.
More civilians are injured.
My sister-in-law works across the street from the World Trade Center tower too.
Just occurred. Can't even see the second tower of the World Trade Center anymore.
I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's fine. I talked to Tom at the first tower. My sister-in-law works across the street from tower two.
You can see what appears to be a layer of white dust or ash on the street. It's like snow.
Daniel, I hate to ask you to do this. Can you do something else for me? Can you call my father and let me know I'm okay? He told me to get something down. Number 201-583-9335. He just didn't see our minute for raising it. And so I do right back. 201-583-9335. You mind? Thank you. It's like unbelievable. It's just incomprehensible that that is on fire. And then some asshole hijacked the plane. And then the whole World Trade Center tower was gone.
Told me the story that he was flying World Trade Center in a helicopter with the suspect plane. He was up next to him.
Yeah, I was gonna go too.
And as they passed over,
Stay on it, Chad.
said to Ramzi Youssef, you see, it's still standing. And Ramzi Youssef smiled and said to the FBI's assistant director, it wouldn't be if I'd had more money. This was,
In other words, more money to buy.
Can you just imagine what's going on inside? Oh, yeah. I gave you my number. Sorry. I forgot. No, 201-945-541. Sorry, thanks. 945-541. Thank you. Who's flying so close? There's somebody really close. Who's up here? Fox, huh? Is it just us and Fox?
Pandemonium here a short time ago. When the building did collapse or whatever it was that happened, there was a huge explosion, a huge rumbling cloud of
Just a little bit before 10 o'clock.
Racing down the West Side Highway in the middle of rush hour. Obviously, every available fire unit here in
About the time
Manhattan
I saw the plane, I watched it come in very
has
low
been
over
brought
the
to the
trees.
Trade Center. Outside
This is actually, we believe, debris from one of the planes that hit one of the towers of the World Trade Center. The FBI is here, as you can see. They had worked this area off. They were taking photographs and securing this area just prior to that huge explosion that we all heard and felt.
Every other channel is coming in. You're coming in on W11, and you can see the smoke, and the right building is still burning.
Jeremy, what's the first thing you saw earlier?
The first thing I heard was I felt the boom next to my window. And that woke me up and got me out of bed.
I kept waiting to get this call.
And I heard ambulances and cars coming, and I went to look out my window. And I was watching and I was on the phone with the news staff reporters as smoke is starting to clear. I'll walk out on my terrace. Hold on. Oh my God, there's debris everywhere. It's horrible. You can't see. There's white powder everywhere. On my terrace, on the ground, everywhere.
Jay, you say it's very likely it's going to collapse.
A war zone, I assume. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
From Boston, and one from somewhere else. We are not yet sure.
I know it.
Precisely what's happening.
The second, then I was watching, and as I was watching, the plane was on the other side because I saw the second building blow. I saw it looked more like an outward explosion.
Go back to the building, Chad. If the building collapses, that's what we
and I
want to
saw
see.
that pure explosion.
It's very likely that the building Tower 1 will collapse. I want you guys to know it's very likely. Chad was a firefighter. It's got an awful lot of flame. The smoke is getting darker. Move away.
Around the Manhattan area. As you know, all airports around the country, not just in the tri-state, all airports around the country have been shut down as a precautionary measure. We have reporters on the ground. One of them is Michelle Charlesworth, who you heard from just a few moments ago. Michelle, where are you and what do you see?
Actually, we just got word that all the subways have been closed. Double check that. I hear that all the subways have been
symbolic
closed.
target is now being emptied out in New York. New York is going into kind of a lockdown mode. I think you'll also see in Washington the same kind of air patrols have been scrambled around principal buildings there.
Okay. We have on the phone one of those people who makes his living analyzing terrorism. Kyle Olson, do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
I wonder if on a day like this anybody wants to be thought of as an expert on terrorism. Be that as it may, and assuming that
Yes, I do, Anthony.
Knowing that much of the country is shocked at the apparent breadth of this, are you?
Well, you know, this is
I got that from ABC. ABC National Network said that the subways were closed. And CBS, one of the two. So watching both of them, so I don't know which one said it. Listen, it's very likely that we're going to have to land. They're telling us we may have to land soon. It's also very likely that Tower 1 will collapse, hopefully before we land. If it does. I mean, at least get the video. That's a horrible thing to say, but you know, we're in news after all.
Air Force planes circling around. The news just reported that, in fact, the second twin tower just collapsed. And, in fact, that's what we saw.
Is that PD helicopter too close? We need to tell them to back up.
In the territory
if it is true, of course, the Democratic Party was passed on the attacking aircraft in the 1970s. It was called
Daniela, did you talk to my dad? The Capitol's on fire?
And we were standing here when there was some sort of collapse or explosion. Do you know if it was an explosion or if it was a building collapse? To me, it sounded like
What?
an explosion.
Did you hear what I just said? That they think the Capitol's on fire now? There's been an explosion there?
Rick is not able to hear me, but this is the scene in Lower Manhattan where the
ABC's reporting the Capitol is on
World
fire.
Trade Center Tower 1 apparently has completely collapsed.
5 blocks from the World Trade Center, and we were standing here when there was some sort of collapse or explosion, and everyone started running in this direction. Police officers, pedestrians.
EMTs, everybody came running this way. I saw a woman pushing a baby carriage, running for her life, and right behind them was a huge cloud of billowing smoke and ash and debris coming this way. The smoke is obviously clear somewhat left. She's with DCPI. Can you come to us in just a second? Bring up the speed. Obviously, people have a horrible
Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, somebody going in there, bro. Get out!
First I was on Canal Street, I saw the fire. I saw the two buildings. I think it was a bomb because I saw them. Anyway, when I got there, I tried to save people because I'm a dancer. When I tried to save people...
Did the side of the building come down?
I don't know. Something fell. What you see?
What's up your way? It's pretty clear at one point, then there's a whole bunch of smoke and glass. I think they're just about blasting into this building. I think you should leave. Everybody else is going. I'll just make sure that there's nobody else coming downstairs. I hear the top of the building down there. Over. I can see it outside.
You can begin to see the smoke clear slightly where the
in fact, we're standing right underneath 6 World Trade when the building actually, the plane hit it the first time.
Chance no more.
A plane, the engine screaming, and then just an explosion. Glass, and everybody was running around trying to get away. Bennett, B-E-N-N-E-T-T-E. Not Secret Service. OS2.
It's going to. But if we're going to, I want to be up where it happened. The first one hit lower, and so that did more damage. You know what I mean? Like,
There, well,
And did the electricity go out in the building?
the lights flickered a couple of times, and then it was weird. It was kind of like...
I'm stunned that they're letting us stay. Is that only because there's nobody in the tower?
slow. Just tell them to go slow. I'm going to work right now on a 5 minute. I'll be right back. All right. You going to stay with him? You going to stay with him?
I did too.
Wait with him. Stay with me. Okay, I'll double back. We had a report of a fireman trapped over here on the northwest corner. So we'll make sure that we got people over there to help dig them out. Sure, no problem. Still on a triple.
Or 1019, and 100. Building is about to collapse. Buckling, I'm sorry, not collapse.
Again, looking for the northwest tower. There's a bridge. It's got to be over here or it's over this way.
Yeah, you might collapse just a little bit. What do you do?
There was water coming in from the doors, you know, kind of at our feet level.
Okay.
And then it just...
We're still up. We can be up for another half hour, maybe, depending on fuel and depending on the air traffic control. Anthony, it looks like the building may be starting to buckle. And if you've got major flame, you guys might want to mark your video now. So we're going to war.
Intending to go anywhere have been ordered not to take off.
Stuff's starting to fall off the sides, guys.
This is the Pentagon, because we've just seen a moment ago that at least one portion of one
At this point, the
side
firefighters
or
say,
building at the
everybody get
Pentagon.
away from the building. Just get out It's just a building. How do you think did it?
And now they say that the other tower is leaning. If you look at some of the pictures, it appears to be on a slight angle to the right.
Well, he could have been in the downtown in Athens for all they knew, like right near us. You know, they don't have to be there. We'll be down a little bit, we'll call. You're just more resilient than we ever know.
Those who were in that, man.
Planes.
Manhattan.
Coming over our radio, get out of the area, the second tower is coming down.
They tell you the second tower is
Yes, it's about to crash.
Now the single trade tower in New York City. And on the first,
Hijacked, both of them hijacked.
both flights to the west coast from Boston.
Show you the situation
The
on the
first one had
ground.
90
As
people
you can imagine,
and a crew
literally
on board.
thousands
and the second
of police, fire, rescue
had
officials
60 passengers
have converged on the scene. There are, we don't know how many injured, to be tended to, taken to hospitals. We continue to check hospitals to find out
from
how
Dallas
many
Airport,
get injured.
of course, is outside Washington. We do not
First
know
plane hijacked from Boston on the way to California. The second, or to the West Coast.
We've now reports of two
Second one hijacked from Dallas. This was a major effort.
Boston, Flight 11 to Los Angeles, which we believe was one of the aircraft that went to the trade towers. We have a second plane, American Airlines Dallas to Los Angeles, 60 passengers and crew, and that is certainly
One of my very best friends flies for American.
6 to any ground units.
hand that down as well. The senior law enforcement official in Washington now tell us that a car bomb exploded outside the state.
Okay, all ground units be advised.
Exploded outside the State Department.
Itself and the top of the building.
Press, but to confirm it with our own pilots, it's further that everybody in Washington is accurate with the buildings. The car bomb exploded outside.
Was it a police?
Operation, be advised, we have to move it, Kate. If the North Tower collapse is coming on top of the side, and it's laying down, we have to get a new mobilization point. The one been notified to take care of now.
This tower.
Operation. Call 1 on there, call 1.
I was saying, you know, like, when you could see.
Operation, looking for call 1.
The whole thing is
Get this.
What happened?
They set up a triage center 2.5 blocks away, and they're moving that back to that now.
Capitol. Pentagon spent that.
Operation, go. Call 1. Call 1.
Where is this in World Trade Center? Yeah, we saw it go.
Emergency service to call 1 on there. Citywide to call 1, call 1.
There goes, it's going. It's going down now. It's going down now. There's the
North
Go this way.
coming around, Kate.
It just collapsed. Oh, those poor people.
The second.
Look Oh, God.
Incredible threat
have now
on the
been
mansion
attacked
itself.
and
Oh, the
destroyed
humanity.
Now that we can say that
with
both
thousands
the
of
portions
people
of both
either
towers of the World Trade
in
Center
or in the immediate area adjacent to them.
What do you mean they don't have any
This
embassies?
is-
We're loaded with embassies.
Well, Michael, we have seen the
There is
entire
simply
lower half
no
of
way
Manhattan
to accurately
completely
describe the
covered
emotion
in
this
smoke,
evokes.
debris.
Who is it,
do
you think, guys?
Well
all
south
over the
of
world,
Canal Street is
friends of the
completely
United States and
covered
enemies
in
of the
this
United
smoke and
States.
dust at this time. There is not anything recognizable of what were the two trade towers. Nothing standing out from those clouds of dust at this time.
John,
Who paged you?
very briefly, you said to us just a few minutes
I'm
ago
busy.
that this was their concern, that they thought after the first tower went that the second one was vulnerable.
There was constant intelligence that terrorist organizations, and specifically that financed by Osama bin Laden, was finding out another series of attacks. It's, of course, they thought of the symbolic targets, the most symbolic.
There's all these
World
noises.
Trade
I think
Center
I don't know what it is.
Yet not brought down. And
They say someone needs help.
it seems that those concerns that even caused the World Trade Center to hire a senior FBI counterterrorism official just weeks ago.
Anybody need a doctor?
Yeah, that's right, Michael. We're about 5 to 6 miles away.
Don't have oxygen.
There is no type.
We understand the goal.
That guy needs some oxygen. If someone can share it with him. 10-4. Thanks.
So, as aircraft are removed from the area, none will be allowed back
In the
in.
United States or in the world today, you can.
You know, this is the documentarian in me that feels like I need to record this.
Changed. And one has to assume that thousands of lives
Oh, look at like all the ashes. It looks like it's
have been
snowing.
extinguished. And it may be presumptuous to say thousands, but thousands of people work in these
Getting
buildings.
onto the west side, now
And
onto the walkway.
And given the difficulties of evacuating these buildings, where, as we've said several times, the elevators may not have been operating, and we're not operating at least one tower, tower number 2, the first one, which is
in the area. We do not know exactly what they'll be doing at this time.
That
As
is the
mentioned
second
earlier,
attack.
they are removing all aircraft within the region and
On
enforcing
the
a
southern
complete no-fly zone over Manhattan.
tower.
Out of the World Trade Center
First
building.
higher on this end of town, but both those towers have now
Of the location of where the World Trade Center
gone.
was standing. I was
And
actually
here's
en
what-
route to the command
here's a-
center. People really staring and just
Here's a picture that doesn't exist anymore because that's not a
that
live
tower
picture anymore.
down. People just couldn't believe their eyes. Police then pushing people immediately. People turning around and starting running, waves blocks away from the site. There is black smoke and covering
Good
the air.
Lord.
People
It
covering
just-
their mouths with some handkerchiefs and their coats, and basically, it's an unbelievable scene. Most of the people have gone. The police are really pushing people away. There were a lot of people as I was making my way down here, Aaron. People just
Can I ask
staring,
where
getting on their
this
cell
picture
phones,
is from? Do you know
crying,
where this is?
recounting
This
stories
is,
where they thought of
this
school,
is-
basically
This
had
is
seen what
outside
happened
the World
earlier
Trade Center.
today.
The sign indicates the approach to the
And then, of course,
bridge.
some people watching
So we're-
the other tower
so
come down
we're on
earlier,
West Street,
and then a group of people
approximately,
then
just
watching
north
this
of
other
BC
tower come
Street
down. A
there.
woman passing me, covered in soot.
And
Basically,
you
the
can
sky is
see
really
the
black.
dust
You
and
can't even
debris.
see down to lower
And this
Manhattan
is
from
at,
Victory right now.
I don't know if this is
Cleared
at
up
an
all
early
these
stage
trees,
or
pushing
whether this
people away.
is
Oh, God.
Telling us
right
that we have to
now.
get out of here, to get out of
It's
here,
at an
pushing
early
people
stage
away
because
in
there in the
garages.
distance you can
It's
see
an unbelievable scene, Aaron.
at least one of the
See in
towers
this
is
shot
still
of
standing
Hurricane,
as
a
people
helicopter
wander,
shot coming across the harbor.
many of them dazed. Look
Statue
at the
of
cell
Liberty.
phones in their ears. This is
Prominent in the foreground, and
in the cell phone
smoke
society, and it's certainly true in the
and
Middle East,
devastation
people on their cell
and
phones all the
tragedy
time, seeking and
the
offering
background.
reassurance to
Tragedy
their
that continues
families
to
and their
unfold,
friends,
and one that
something
still
has
has many,
happened.
many
At least
unanswered
those with
questions.
heavy
I got you now.
Palestinian terrorists these days. There's constant traffic on the cell phone because there's such tension in the region and such tension here today, which is extraordinary.
as well.
People
Go,
going
John.
everywhere to reassure or find out about what has happened to those who are here.
Negative. I just told Wanda we will be forced to stay on the ground.
For people listening, particularly in this area, may have been worried.
We're good until about a quarter after 11, 45 minutes.
There was a concern at this building fell that
Oh my God, there's no more World Trade Center.
the center they had set up at Stuyvesant High School, where the students were still there. And the reports from Stuyvesant High School now are that everybody there is okay.
Stuyvesant High School, the high school in the adjacent area, which the city and the state authorities set up to deal with casualties that they could get out of the building. Had occurred adjacent to the building. It is just clear that a lot of people do not know how to got out of the building. And it is going to take time. It is going to take time. The New York City Office of Emergency Management
has been called in.
which
dispatched
monitors
there.
the city and all its vulnerable points, said when this
Unimaginable,
whole
but the loss of life is going to be huge.
Dan, they're sending Angel down to pick up tapes. Underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. Ah, he's miles from us.
Have you got that? I got some of those already.
See that window shot out, man? That window was shot out?